everyone, it's Sue. Welcome back. So today I am playing in my Elegant Correspondence journal. So last video that you would have seen on this, we worked out the closure, got the closure all done and the signatures stitched in. Oh, that was a nightmare. So this is how it's looking at the moment. So we're at the fun part now, is decorating and making some bits and pieces. So I've just grabbed a few bits and pieces out that and I've done a tag here that I did on one of my Facebook lives. So that was done the other night. So that's one piece of ephemera ready to go. So I'll just pop that there for now. I did just back this one and sew it, inked it, and just put a ruffle. So what I always do is when I've got bits and pieces left over, when I do my fabric covers, I always have little torn bits. Now this one's crooked as anything, but I'll probably end up snipping that off and using that as just a layering piece. But I like to just use up these longer strips that really aren't good for too much else, and just do some ruffles. So we can add some of those to the top of tags like I've done here. Or side on the page sides, edges, that sort of thing. So I've got a couple of tags done, and so I'm just going to pop them here just so that I've got them all together. And then I did actually sew around, these are all in the kit. I sewed around these, inked them, and it's distressed and inked them. So I've done all those. So we've got all those that we can play with as well. So getting a little bit of a collection. I need to actually put them in a pouch or something so they don't get damaged. And then I put together the envelopes in the kit as well and sewed around those. So I may even add a couple of these bigger ones in as flips. I think I want to stencil. I have printed on the back with one of the lighter shaded pages in the kit, but I think I might just want to add a little bit of I'm just thinking, sorry, now that I'm thinking, actually I might even just leave that, because I'll probably just stick that down and use that as a flip. Anyway, let me have a look, we'll get to that. And I've got these that I have shrunk down. These are actually full pages. I think I've used them in here. Yes, so here's this one. So that's the full page there. Anyway, wherever the other edge is, wherever the other side is. But I've shrunk it down because I just thought, well, I could make that. Okay, it's going back this way. So that's that one. So you can see the difference in color there too. So this, I've told the printer that I'm printing it on photo paper, so it's printed it really quite dark and saturated the paper with ink, and this is without. So I like both, but this one I've done printed on the back as well, and I thought I might make this into a little booklet with some scrappy bits of paper. So, and then these I cut up, and I'm going to use them as journaling cards, I think. So we've got a few bits happening, and I've pulled out some stamps, and I was inspired by this little package of embossed pieces that I had in one of my mystery boxes, and I thought I might do an envelope stack, decorate some envelopes and do an envelope stack. So that's another thing. We won't be doing all this today, obviously, but I've just sort of been gathering a few bits and pieces together. I just sort of went through some of my old wood stamps just to see what I had. I thought that I'll put them aside and can use them in here as well. And I've got these stamps on eBay. Might have been eBay or Facebook, I can't remember, a while ago, and they're just they've got 42 cents and 30 cents. I don't know, I just thought, you know, like typewriter, office, correspondence, that sort of thing, we might be able to incorporate those as well. And then it's just another piece, scrap of fabric, and I thought that could probably be a part of a pocket on a tag or something. And then I just fished this out. I picked this up at a collectibles fair a while ago. Had forgotten about it, and it's just got, I think it's all of Ipswich in Queensland, old images, and I thought, oh, I might just put that in. I think I'll probably even just put that in a pocket as is. I can never get these folded back up. So that's got someone's name on it. I don't know how old this is. Pretty old by the stamp, I would say. 1.5 dime, is it? Stamp if used as a letter. Half a dime if with signature only and not stuck down. So that's interesting. Oh, look, I think it's got a, oh no. What's that there for? Okay, very interesting. I haven't even really looked at it in detail, but I think I'll just leave that original and I'll put that in a pocket somewhere. It's too big to go into the envelopes, but so what I might do is I'm just going to cut this, since I've started backing that one. I'm going to use this as a larger journaling card because I just love that image. And I think I've cut that really crooked. I grabbed my little scissors and cut that, and I think I've cut it really crooked. So I'm going to just trim it up a bit in my cutter once I get a straight edge. Okay, so let's just do that. Okay, that's a bit better. And what I'll do is I'll end up sewing around that. And, oh, that edge is really crooked too. Is that the one that I just, maybe it's just, okay. Okay, now it's straight. I'm going to sew around this and distress and ink it. So I don't think we need to do that just yet. But what I want to do is have a look at the inside of the journal. And I'm probably, so normally what I like to do with my journals is I do a similar thing to the front signature, or in each signature, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4 signatures, whatever. I like to do a similar sort of flip or pocket, that sort of thing in each signature, not necessarily on exactly the same page. But what I'm thinking is I might use one of these envelopes, if I can just find a page. Find a page that I like. So this might be nice on here just to sort of tone down that page a bit. So this, I was thinking that I would probably add this as a flip. So this would be a pocket. So I could use this as a pocket or a tuck. And then this would flip. This would be a flip this side, and I can have some bits and pieces in there. So what do you think? So I think that's what I'm going to do. And I was just having a think about it as I was holding it. I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to just adhere this just underneath here. So this is going to be like a, I guess, what we call a belly band. I don't have anything skinny enough, I don't think, at the moment to go in. But this will actually allow something to come tall and skinny to actually sit in underneath here. And then I'm thinking I might add a wax seal on there and a little bit of a collage to sort of decorate that. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. But what I need to do is I need to actually just put a bit of glue just so that it stays down. and can act as a flip on the other side. So I'm just going to glue along this stitching edge here. If I can get my glue to work. Okay, so I'm just gluing it approximately in the center of that page. It's not perfectly central, but and I just want to make sure that I've got no glue there so that that envelope can flip. Okay, so we have a flip there. I'll probably add a little bit more decoration to this as we go as well. And as I said, I'm going to just glue this little corner down. May as well do that now while I'm thinking about it. And then we'll come back and we'll decorate that. So I'm just getting some foundation pieces down. And then, as I said, that will act as a belly band as such. Okay, so that's one in the first signature. And I'll do a similar sort of thing, not necessarily exactly the same, but I'll do a similar sort of thing in the second signature. This is really pretty. Maybe. I don't want to do that because that's maybe we can do that. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that in place and I'm going to glue down this edge. And this one I'm going to glue up here as well. I'm going to actually make this one a pocket. So same sort of element, but just used differently. Let's fold that down. And just getting rid of any excess glue there. And that's going to act as a little pocket for some bits and pieces. Then we have the other side of this envelope that's in here. So we've got another envelope flip thing there. So this one I might end up, I think, similar. I probably could have moved that away from this page. It doesn't matter. I might glue just the tip of this, and I'm going to add, like I do in the first one, I'm going to add a little bit of a collage or something over here, and this will act as just a little skinny side band, and we'll come back in and we'll decorate that later. So that's what I like to do, is I like to just try and add similar items in each signature, so they don't end up being exactly the same. But they're all fairly cohesive. That's just how my mind works. Okay, so we need to make a couple of pockets for pockets or tucks for some tags. So maybe I could even use, let's use a couple of these tags for something different. We can put some string or ribbon or what have you in those. So let's use these book stack ones. And I'm going to use them as side tucks. Okay, so there's no reason why tags have to be used as tags. All right, we'll do, now what I also try and do is just be aware of where I'm putting things, you know, so that everything's not on the left-hand page, if that makes sense. So I've got that envelope, and I don't decorate every page, okay? So I probably will leave every second page blank. I've just noticed that there is a white showing on the bottom of this, so I'm going to ink that up. That's better. Just thinking here what I'm going to do. I think I'm actually going to put that on the back there. I probably need to put something in there first, don't I? I'm going to tear some of this fabric that I've used on the cover, and I'm going to use it in some of the tags as toppers. So I will just do that. Might just cut a couple of strips. Okay. The same thing with tags. You don't always have to have something coming out of the top of them. I don't always put something in my tags, but for this one I will. And then it incorporates all this fabric that I've used here as well. Actually, that's really bulky. So now what I'm thinking, oh, threads everywhere. So what I'm thinking is I might even just cut a length of that. And I might even tie a little bit of twine or something around that, and then that enables me to hang a charm or something from there as well. Let's tie some of this. It's got a little bit of gold in it. Now I think that that's too short. Oh boy. I tell you what, guys, I'm not sleeping well lately, and it really, really affects how you function, doesn't it? Okay, we're going to try this again, and we're going to put something a little bit longer. I should just make it longer and then just cut it off to the length I want. Okay, So that's extra long, but that's okay. We can, as I said, cut it off, and I quite like those numbers and that there, so I'm going to leave it there and then tie this off. So yes, my sleeping habits are atrocious at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on. Just become an insomniac, I think. Okay, I don't know that I love that, but we'll run with it at the moment. I think the bow is too big. Anyway, it's got some ties in there now. As I said, I'm not loving it. But I think once we get everything in there, it will be okay. Okay, so I'm just going to glue 2 sides, and it'll just be a side tuck here. So 1, 2. Okay, so we just have a side tuck. I don't mind that now that it's on the page. And then I think I'll do a similar sort of thing with this one. So I didn't put you through that, watching me tie that one off. That was very difficult, that one. So I've done that on the back of that. Do I want to add that there? Or will I put it here? I think I might just put it on this page here, just to be different. So I'm going to do these 2 sides. Okay, so we've got a tuck there. I'm just going to put that one there for now. I may end up changing that and putting that somewhere else in the journal. But for now, just so that it's away and it's safe, we'll put that one there. And then I had this one. Maybe we could put that one there. Okay, so we've got a couple of pockets with something in them at the moment. I guess it's something. Okay. And we've got the flip. Okay, so I've left all the middle threads hanging because I think I want to add something to them, but what I don't know just at this stage. I've just got this piece of fabric and I'm just wondering what I'm going to do with it. So I'm thinking I want to use that as a pocket on something. And I've got, where are those ruffles that I sewed? No, I like to go and add a couple of ruffles on the edge of pages. Maybe not necessarily there, but there's no reason why we can't add one on the bottom. Actually I don't mind that, so I'm going to add that on there. This is just what I do. I just sort of flick backwards and forwards and just decorate where I think I might like to put something. More often than not, there's no rhyme or reason to it. So I'm just going to add this here. Now that's going to show on the bottom of the bottom of the journal. So what I'm trying to say there is that that will show on the bottom of the pages. So when you close it, you'll see part of that ruffle. I love all that with bits and pieces hanging out the bottom and the sides and the top. That's that. So we'll add another one in here somewhere. Let's just add a ruffle to that one to bring in a bit of colour. Well, I mean, it's all very monochromatic, isn't it? But just to lift that page a bit. Okay. So these little envelopes, I think I'm going to just leave them as they are, and we'll pop them in a pocket somewhere. Or we could have that as a little flip on there. I don't know. I'll have to think more about that one. If I do that, this one might be better. I think I like that, and then I could have this just as another little pocket. So I'm going to do that one on here. I'm going to glue this down, and this side as well. Whoops, and don't put it on the actual journal page. Just flip it over, get rid of any excess glue. So that's another interactive piece there, and we can put some bits and pieces in the envelope up here. It's got me thinking now, because that's sort of, I mean, once the journal's closed, it'll keep it all together, but just thinking that I might even try and work out some sort of closure just so that it wraps around here and holds that down. Okay, I don't mind that. So let's do a similar one over the page into the other signature. Yep, so I'm just going to do that here as well. And this side. Okay. So I guess I just basically wanted to bring you through from start to finish, more or less, with this journal, and just how I work in a journal when I'm putting them together, because I don't think I've actually done that fully. Maybe once or twice I have, years ago. And quite often actually, I change up how I put a journal together. So I just thought I would bring you along and we can do this together. So, you know, some of these videos will be a little bit more informative. Some of them will be just fumbling around, pretty much like what I'm doing today, and just adding some little decorative bits and pieces. So yeah, and the same with this one. I'll probably end up working out a closure that can wrap from there to there. And quite possibly I should have thought of that before gluing it down. But anyway, we can get creative. We can work something out. And I'll probably end up putting some fibre or something out this tag here as well. So it will, when the journal's closed, it'll stick out the side of the pages. So not much. We haven't done much in it today, but as I said, I haven't been sleeping. I've had a few nights actually, of no sleep. So my brain's not working real well, but it's just nice to sit here and play. So we've just added some ruffles. We've added these little envelopes from the kit as flips. And then I'll work out some sort of closure for those. We've got a larger envelope here, and this one will act as a, now that that's stuck, you can see that will act as like a belly band, and we'll put some bits and pieces in that envelope. And then we have a side tuck here where we've just used one of those tags. So you don't have to use tags just as tags, you can use them as all sorts. So that's that signature, and then we've just basically repeated a similar sort of thing in the other signature. So this one is just it's a side pocket. I'll have to make some little tags to go in there, and we'll decorate that, but it's a flip. Then I've stuck this one down, and this one will be like a belly band there, another little flip there. Love that image, love it. And then we've got the tag on the back here as another tuck. So in the back here I probably won't put a pocket, but I am planning on putting a pocket here of some sort. Okay, that is pretty much all my brain can handle for today. I hope you got a little bit out of that, hopefully, at least. Anyway, it's coming together. I like this stage of making the journal, is decorating it and not knowing when to stop. I love seeing it getting chunkier and chunkier along the way, and I love all these bits and pieces that hang out the edges and the bottoms and the top and what have you. So I will come back again and we'll work some more in here. I will be working on this journal in some of my Friday Night Live videos, so if you want to catch up and see what's going on there, I will probably be doing bits and pieces in this there as well. So I go live on YouTube every Friday night, Australian Eastern Standard Time, Brisbane, Queensland time, at 7 p.m. So I am going to be there most Friday nights. I've got a couple of Friday nights that I won't be doing them because I'll be away, but I will actually put in my Facebook group, which you can also find down below. Whether, or, you know, if I'm not going to be doing the live, I'll let you know in there. All right, guys, I'm just starting to waffle now, and make no sense. So I'm going to head off, and hopefully you are enjoying this journal coming together. So until next time, guys, take care, and I hope you get a little bit of creative time in. See you soon. Bye-bye.